guys? Welcome to Theo's Talk, the weekly sports podcast. So we're going to start off with a couple of the games that took place over the NFL Sunday last night. And I can't believe what I'm saying, but I think there's a good reason for the Kansas City Chiefs to start panicking. You know why? Because they're 8-4. You know why? Because they're currently not the number one seed in the AFC right now. And that gives me a lot of reason to worry about if there's enough being done for Patrick Mahomes. I can't begin to tell you how much times the receivers that he's been surrounded with they've not been able to come up for him. They've not been able to come through for him. He's essentially having to only rely on his star tight end, Travis Kelce, to come through for him. When you don't have a receiver that's dynamic in the NFL, that's the perfect thing for a defensive coordinator. You know why? They don't have any explosive options that they need to, look out for. The offense that they're going against is essentially one-dimensional. So when the Chiefs don't have, a Tyreek Hill, I don't know. I really think that's the reason that they're struggling right now, because these receivers have shown their unreliability to catch the football in clutch times. The offensive line, obviously, that's another talking point that I want to bring up to you guys as well. The offensive line has been nowhere close to how strong it used to be in recent years. The Kansas City Chiefs haven't done nearly as enough to protect their prized possession at quarterback in Patrick Mahomes. They haven't done nearly enough to supply him with those weapons that's going to help him win these games. They lost 4 games so far in the season, and at least in 4 of those games, they should have won. They could very well be 11-1 right now, or even 10-2. I'm not familiar with a Kansas City Chiefs team that is currently 8-4 and doesn't know what their identity is. So when Tyreek Hill left the Kansas City Chiefs to become a member of the Miami Dolphins, I don't think any of us realized how much Patrick Mahomes would have missed his best weapon. They're daring Patrick Mahomes to throw the football because they know there's only one option on offense, and that's your tight end. And that's a recipe for disaster, because it almost is certain that the Chiefs are not going to get the number one seed this year by the way things are looking right now. So, I think there's a solution, however, if you're a Chiefs fan, right? You might have looked at the game last night and said, you know what, this is nowhere close to an offense that I recognize in recent years. But I'm going to share with you guys what the solution is for the Kansas City Chiefs. The solution is go get you a veteran wide receiver. When the playoffs come around, every pass matters. Every down matters. Every possession matters. You can't go to the playoffs without a trusty receiver, a trusty target. Teams are going to double team Travis Kelce in the playoffs. And I think that's what I'm most nervous for them. All right, guys. So next, there's a lot of good games going on. Currently is the Jaguars and the Bengals. We're going to be discussing those games next on Theo's Talk. Thanks for tuning in tonight to my football podcast. I'm going to be going in depth with more of these games as the season draws near to a close. And there are going to be a lot of headlines continuing with, Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, what the Chiefs can do to right the ship and get right back on track. Guys, we'll be discussing more of this on Theo's Talk. Stay tuned.